Mechanical Comprehension ASVAB exam questions. The purpose of mechanical comprehension is to inform workers on the proper use and function of machines. What are the potential functions of gear systems? The potential functions of gears are changes in direction, speed changes, both increases and decreases, and motion transmission. Equilibrium. A state in which opposing forces or influences are balanced. The amount of force required to move an object depends on the frictional forces between the object and its surroundings and must be calculated entirely based on individual situations. In order to move an object initially at rest, a force greater than the coefficient of static friction and the weight of the object must be applied. While levered applications are useful, they are not necessarily the best method of using force. As stated, the amount of force needed to move an object depends on more than just the weight of the object, unless there is no friction involved. Another word for false gravity is ______. Centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is the only phrase accurately adhering to the notion of gravity. While tension, Newton's law, and friction are all aspects of this portion of the test, centrifugal force is the only accurate representation of false gravity. If a mechanical device is reported to have an advantage of 2, what does this mean? This means the device allows users to complete twice the amount of work with the same amount of effort used to complete a task without assistance, which is the best description of centrifugal force. The response of bodies with inertia to the straight moving or curved behavior of their container. What are 3 components of a lever? Fulcrum, resistance arm, and effort arm. What is Newton's third law of motion? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. To adopt power means when working. To increase speed and efficiency to become your absolute best. Power in manual work is focused on doing one's best, including improving overall speed and efficiency. How can workers increase the mechanical advantage of pulley systems? Using additional pulleys to further distribute weight. Longer rope and a higher platform will not alter the mechanical advantage of a pulley system. While decreasing size and weight will undoubtedly assist in lifting, this does not increase the mechanical advantage. The only means of increasing the advantage is through implementing additional pulleys in a pulley system. A hydraulic jack performs the task of moving objects by _____. Utilizing oil. Because oil cannot be compressed, pressure is placed upon oil, resulting in lifting motion. What is the primary difference between distillation and evaporation? Distillation separates or purifies liquids, while evaporation changes the form of a substance. Evaporation is the vaporization of liquid. What determines the speed of an output gear? The speed of the input gear and the ratio of the number of teeth on each gear. To move an object across a surface, which system requires little input from the user, yet creates extreme force. Wheel and axle system, found in vehicles. What is the function of a vise in mechanical applications? In mechanical applications, vices are used to arrest motion. The purpose of a vice is to hold an object in a single space, not used for forward motion, nor used to simply slow down efforts. What is the advantage of using wheels and axles? Wheels and axles provide greater power, enabling workers to achieve greater results with less effort. Pulley systems require the synchronized movement of all pulleys. How can pulleys escape this rule? Pulleys using twisted belts may move in opposing directions. To violate this rule, a belt must be twisted. If 2 workers are carrying a single load with the assistance of a board or plane, how should the load be placed to ensure an entirely equitable division of effort? The load should be placed directly in the middle of the board or plane to ensure equal labor division between workers. What is the definition and the danger of recoil? Recoil is the concept of kicking back or leaping back after being released. It may be dangerous due to the possibility of injury upon having equipment leap back rapidly. What is the definition of a concurrent force? A system requiring all systems to pass through the same point. What determines the speed of a pulley system? The size and ratio of all pulleys involved. The size and ratio of all involved pulleys determines the speed of a pulley. A large pulley driving a smaller pulley, for instance, will result in greater speed, as the large pulley's single revolution will result in multiple revolutions for smaller pulleys. The length and material of the belts are not a factor, nor is the size of the pulleys as a whole, rather than in relation to one another. A_____ should be applied if gear shafts are not parallel to one another. Bevel gears are the only ones that can rectify troubles with parallel gears. The best definition for drag is ________. A responsive force that affects the movement of an object through a fluid. Drag occurs when an object moves through a fluid, like water or air. Friction occurs when two objects touching each other are moving at different speeds or in different directions from each other. The internal stretch force is referred to as tension. Note, remember that the word fluid generally suggests a liquid, but its scientific definition also includes gases. Fluids are substances that do not have their own defined shape and that respond to external pressure.